Click track and quantization of drums are killing metal music or music in general? My answer is yes, okay? But it depends. Me personally speaking, when I record slash produce a band, I always ask it to the drummer, hey, do you prefer a click track or not? If the answer is yes, that's fine. I put it on Pro Tools. You know, of course, I need to know the BPM, and then yeah, everything works fine. When the answer is not, I don't push it. I don't try. No, you have to, because to me, personally speaking, I prefer to the music flow. But of course, depends of so many variables, you know. The type of music, the band, if they want it or not, if they may prefer or feel more comfortable with or without. I saw drummers, they can play pretty cool on trick track, but sometimes the music is not helping. Sometimes it's the opposite. It all depends, but I never push it. You have to, because everybody use it. I know you can follow my point right now. The excessive use of click track and also quantization in the early 2000s was cool, because I get it, you know. At that time, for example, all the death metal bands wants to sound more brutal than the other one. And the only way to achieve that kind of brutalities was to sound more like a robot. And yeah, I remember I was for example, Formula Fatal Flesh of Morbid Angel. And yeah, that one, specific that one, I remember the first time when I listened was whoa, they sound too perfect now, but in a good way, because it was a surprise to achieve that kind of tightness in a drum and also the whole band, you know. But the problem is in everything life, you know, in everything, in philosophy, you know, all the excess are bad. Could be negative or in a positive way. Both extremes are bad, and that applies to everything in life, okay? So what happened, you know? The thing is, this is my theory, and I'm pretty sure a bunch of people will share this. It's because one band could make it sound pretty cool, sound brutal, the other one wanted, and then this copy-paste came in, and this is personally speaking, like I said before, you know. I remember around 2008, 2010, I started to get so boring, because it was predictable. All the bands sound the same and lifeless, without feel, you know. And that's the reason, little by little, I start to listen the classics again, or listen bands it doesn't use that kind of trick or that kind of production, whatever you want to say it, you know. And I was leaning more in that way, and I was listening. Oh wow, this band sounds so refreshing, you know, to my ears. Sounds more natural, sounds more real. And yeah, so the copy-paste stuff, to me, is killing metal music, is killing, you know, music in general. And then you can listen this in, for example, in pop music, you know, you can put, I know, bands 80s pop or 70s pop, a Bee Gees or Duran Duran. Yes, those have program drums, but the whole band is not quantized to that. It's follow the natural human way, follow that beat. That's the reason it sounds more natural. If you now listen, the pop right now sounds like a computer loops. It loops. It's not bad about it. It's you start to lose something, you know. 2 days ago, I asked to ChatGPT, hey, do you have any interviews about producers or musicians, you know, talking about this or complaining about this? And check this out.
Yes, there are definitely metal musicians, especially within more organic or traditional subgenres like black metal, doom, classic thrash, who have expressed their rejection or skepticism toward the use of metronomes and especially extreme quantization, grid editing, drum replacement, etc. Here are a few examples. 1. Fenriz stance, totally against quantization and excessive digital production. Famous quote: in several interviews, Fenriz has said he hates music that sounds perfect and that metal should sound raw, human, and dirty. Example: Darkthrone records everything either to tape or to DAWs without using click tracks or editing. Everything is 100% human. 2. Dave Lombardo, Slayer, Fantomas, Mr. Bungle. Stance, not necessarily anti-metronome, but he prefers playing without it to preserve natural flow. Comment: in multiple interviews, he said many drummers sound robotic due to over-reliance on the click. Example: many classic Slayer recordings were done without a click track, and that's part of what gives their groove its unpredictable character. 3. Kurt Ballou, Converge, producer at God City Studio. Stance: although he's an engineer, Kurt prefers capturing real performances with feel and avoids grid editing whenever possible. Quote, I'd rather capture a great performance than edit it into something fake. Example: albums by Converge, Nails, and Full of Hell have a messy but intentional sound. 4. Chris Reifert, Autopsy X Death. Stance: hates quantization and drum replacement. In an interview, he said, I don't want to hear a machine playing death metal. Example: Autopsy's groove is sloppy in a very human way, with natural speed-ups and slowdowns, very much in the 90s style. 5. Steve Albini, not a metal musician, but recorded bands like Neurosis, High on Fire, etc. Stance: opposes click tracks in anything that isn't a true representation of the band's performance. Quote, you're not a drummer if you need Beat Detective. Why are they against it? They say music loses its soul and feel. Metal is born from human intensity, not perfection. Many bands aim to capture the real energy of rehearsal, not a polished imitation. There's also an ideological and aesthetic stance, rejecting the digitization of metal.
Now let's go to Pro Tools and I will show you a real band, how the feel of the song changed. By the way, same song, same session, same day, same mic, same preamp, and then you will feel, like I said, how the feel changed the song recorded and with and without the click track. So check this out. All right, so we are here in front of the session. This is a new band. The band is called Restrictor Plate. Okay, they're from here, from Richmond, Virginia. So they record only one song, one single. Okay, actually two, but they will use just this one, and because they are touring right now. Okay, so they are touring, so they want to just come here, record one song, one single, and release it before the tour start. So this is the song, and then I hope so they come back to do the full album next time, probably in a few months. Hope so. But yeah, so it sounds pretty cool. Okay, this is the raw tracks. Okay, let me show you. Everything in blue is the drums. Everything in black is the bass, green guitars, all this, the purple is in vocals. But for this case, because we use this take for the main track, I record everything else here, and here no. So for this case, we will use only the scratch guitars and scratch bass, okay? So everything here is in mute. And so, well, spoiler alert, they prefer the version without the click track, okay? This is the version with the click track, and then you see the BPM. It's starting 190, and then follow to 185, and then at the end follow to 140. I don't want to say anything, so let's listen how the music flow without the click track, and then with the click track. Okay, so check this out. remember, all this was recorded, the drummer, of course, with all the mics, and the scratch tracks, which is these two guys. Yeah, using only the EIs. And here in Pro Tools, I'm saying to them through the headphones, this plugin. That's it. So they are recording at the same time, but they are follow the drummer natural tempo. All right, now listen the same song with the click track. Same, they follow him, but using the click track. Change the feel. So what do you think? The same sound, like I said, but true or no? I mean, yes or no? The feel is a little bit different, right? On this version with the click track, feels like he's the drummer. He's more like inside a box. And here you can feel like he's free, like a bird, like a bird out of the cage. He can go here, there. He can go back, but respecting his own tempo. Same with the guitar player, and also with the bass player. They feel more free. They feel more natural here. Here, because the drummer is listening to the click track, and then they follow him. Everybody's listening to the click track, by the way, through the headphones. Yeah, they follow the drummer, but the drummer is follow the click, and then you feel like like it's very subtle. So let me point a little examples here, there, and the comparison, okay? Because now it's gonna be even more noticeable. Yo, don't forget to give me a like, to subscribe, and share this. Also, don't forget, I can mix and master your band online. So just send me the tracks and then I will do all the magic. So back to the video. All right, so in this part, which is in this area, same area here, okay? Here you will feel like they are rushing, but at the same time not, because it sounds natural. Here you're gonna feel this is a little more slower because the tempo, you know, is, like I said before, depends on what you want, and also depends on what the client or the band wants, So check this out. Pay attention to this. Listen. All right, now pay attention to this. And also here, he's making this in crescendo with cymbals, and here not. It's like he's more less to make what is it called, like a freestyle, So now let me show you another part. All right, in this part, let me start now with the click track version, and then we jump to the without the click track. Here you're gonna listen, same pattern, same beat, but the feel here, me personally speaking, I can feel it is different. So check this out. This is with the click track. Now listen to the same part here. This is without. More swing, right? It's not wrong. Both sounds cool, but one have more swing than another. Now let me show you another part. Okay, now in this part, even with the waveforms you can check, Here he have more options. Sorry, let me rephrase this. In the without the click track version, because it's not click track, he's feel more room to improvise, feels here there. On the click track version, he doesn't, because he's follow the click. So check the feeling in this part. This is where the without. And here. All right, same part here. Listen. This is a cool example why. Oh no, sorry. This is like a cool example how a click track, in this case, is not it's not the best way to do this. For example, this specific band. Maybe a different band will do the same results, the same feel, it's even better. But for this scenario, not. I don't say the drummer's name is Roman. I don't say Roman is a bad drummer. No, he's an amazing drummer. You listen, he can play both versions pretty good. But I remember the whole band was here in the control room, and because that was more like a vote. Hey guys, so do you prefer this one or that one? Because Roman was like I like both, but I don't know. And then everybody, plus me, we call no without the click track because have more feels more natural. The swing is better, and also you are more free to do freestyles, feels here or there. And this one sounds more robotic, less soul, a little bit lifeless, and that's the reason. That's why, me personally speaking, I prefer to do it without, but like I said, depends on the band, depends on the type of music, depends on the band, what they want to reach, depends. But yeah, so I don't say stop using click track forever or use only click track forever. No, you have to see. And it applies for people who make music and people who doesn't make music and only like me, like a focus on recording, and also producing bands. But yeah, so I hope this video will help you to open your mind about click tracks, quantization on drums, and everything. Oh no, so dude, could you mind if I quantize this? So if as this sounds like a little bit of lifeless, could you quantize this? Every put on the grid 100%, this sounds like a robotic and very, very boring, like every single band out there. But yeah, so those are my 2 cents about this topic, and yeah, bye guys, thank you.